of mine like you've never known. Then things change, and you're down in the valley. Don't lose faith, for you're never alone. For the God on the mountain, yeah, still got in the valley. When things go wrong, He'll make them right. And the God of the good time, yeah, still got in the bad time. And the God of the day, yeah, still God of the night. You talk of faith when you're up on the mountain. Oh, but the talk comes so easy when life said it's best, but it's down in the valley of trials and temptation, and that's when faith is really put to the test. For the God on the mountain, it's still got in the valley. When things go wrong, He'll make them right. And the God of the good time, it's still got in the bad times. And the God of the day is still God of the night. Been looking forward to being here this morning for a few hours now. Worked all night last night. I like, despite it being a weekend, I like working weekends, especially a Sunday morning. I sit there for 8 hours and it don't make me preach any better, but it makes me feel good. But I tell you, just thinking about everything going on, Brother Larry, is what I wanted to introduce. I don't want to get long-winded, and I don't want to take away from anything. But I know that here this morning there's a lot of problems in this world. And Brother Brandon said it best this morning: God's still the same. You know, I was talking with a man this morning. Him asking me all kinds of questions, Brother Larry.
Oh yeah.
Saying that he don't go to church anymore because he said there's just so much hypocrisy. And
Always has
I
been.
said, well, then you'll never go to church.
That's right.
You'll never go.
You found a perfect.
But I know that here this morning that there's something that I hold more dear than anything else. Where we got to talking, and he was, you know, he said he got baptized when he was 12 years old.
Yeah, well.
I didn't want to get into that subject. I said, you know, but what did you really know at that point? What have you gained since then? All I know is that, you know, I told him, I said, Talmadge, I don't deserve anything I got. I don't deserve this job. I don't deserve to be sitting here talking to you right now. You know, I don't deserve my vehicles. I don't deserve my car. I definitely don't deserve my wife and children. I don't deserve this church. But for some reason, God decided to bless me. He's blessed me all morning. Just like Gideon. I was thinking about Gideon here this morning. You know, hiding himself in a wine press for the Midianites, terrified. Listen, hiding himself there, threshing that wheat there. And you know, an angel of the Lord came to him. And you know, he called him, I was reading there, and called him a mighty warrior. Could you imagine being Gideon down in that wine press and an angel show up and call you a mighty warrior? You would think that God has some kind of sense of humor, but just like listening to Rachel this morning, what are you leaving behind for your kids? If your backyard isn't cleaned, you need to be like Gideon had to be, because that angel told him there was a statue there, there was something made there for Baal that he wanted him to take down right there on his land. I need you to take that down. If you're wanting to serve him here this morning, your other gods need to go, because this is the only one true God here this morning. Clean up your backyard here today, and then come and serve this man. I told him here this morning when we were talking, I said, you know, I've drank, I don't know how much in my life, all the drugs that I've done, all the things that I've done that are bad in this world. I said, but Talmadge, I've never felt the way that I do now. Listen, I used to chase girls all the time. I used to do things that I shouldn't have done, but I'm telling you, there's no greater feeling than being able to stand up here today and talk about a man that when I didn't even love myself, he decided he was going to love me and take me in, and that's what he did. He came along, he called me a mighty warrior. Listen, you know, I had to look on the Lord with a little bit of curiosity, because I'm nobody here today. I wasn't nobody before he found me, but he did find something in me to turn me into someone. And just like I told him here this morning, I said, you need to come out to church with me. He said, I may surprise you one day. You know, I would love nothing more than to see a new face come through that door. I said, you know, you don't have to get up and sing. You don't have to get up and preach. But I tell you, if you got a loved one sitting next to you and they can see the joy in your heart, they can see the tears in your eyes when they mention this man's name, that's touching somebody in a way that I'll never be able to touch them. Listen, this world, right now we've got riots all over the place over race. Let me tell you, there's a man that went to prepare a place where that thing would never happen. You know, you've never seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul, have you? There ain't nothing in this world that you're going to take on to the next. Listen, there's nothing in this world that is more precious than this holy gift this man has given us. Listen, there's nothing, you know, we talk about rights, we talk about politics and stuff, and we have fun with it. You want to talk about rights? How did you feel when the coronavirus came along and you were told to stay in your home? Listen, I'm talking about a place, listen, that God, that Jesus has gone to prepare for us. Listen, there won't be no viruses there because there's no sickness, there's no heartache, there's no pain in that city. I'm talking about a city with streets of gold. I'm talking about a place where, listen, God's elect can go, where His children can go and live with Him forevermore. There won't be any heartache, sissy, when you're talking about that lady developing Alzheimer's. I've seen it. I've seen it up close. And you know, I remember my grandfather started getting it. I would cry at night when I was by myself and say, oh Lord, don't let Him forget me. I hope He remembers me. Listen, and you know, he's gone to a place now. I believe he left something behind that gave him a little bit of confidence. And he's in a place now to where I wish I could talk to him and say, tell that man, remember me now. You can forget about me. I'll be there one day. And you know, I read about this place. I read about this place. And in Matthew it says The kingdom of heaven is likened to treasure hid in a field, the which when a man hath found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field, giving up all they have. I would happily give all this stuff up. I would give it all up. All those things He blessed me with, He can have them back. You know, there's nothing more important to me this morning than my own salvation. It says the kingdom of heaven is likened to a merchant man seeking goodly pearls, who when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. We're talking about a place. Jesus is describing these people a place that they would trade anything for, trade any possession they had. And you know, if you go on to read, this is my favorite part. The kingdom of heaven is likened to a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind. Every kind is the best of everything. Listen, that's where He went, and that's what He done. He went to prepare a place. You know, I'm talking to him this morning, and I said, you know, Talmadge, I got to leave out of here this morning. I got to go buy a gift because today is, or not today, but we're having a little party for my niece. And he said, you know, I'm so blessed feeling this morning. He said, I wish you could just go on home. I hate that you have to stop. No, you don't know my situation. You don't know what I'm talking about. You know, it wasn't too long ago we didn't even think we'd have an occasion like this. And look how God has blessed us here today. Listen, I would happily go back there right now and buy more. You know, I took her to my house the other day, and when we was going up the driveway, she said, you know, my birthday's coming up. And I asked her what she wanted, and she told me 2 things. And I was walking through Walmart this morning. I found both of them. You know, I guess getting me blessed opens my wallet a little bit. And you know, I'm sitting in my office the other day. I had her on the prayer list. You want to talk about how bad the world is. There's been riots and there's been people get killed here lately. There's been buildings burnt down. We've got this coronavirus. People are at each other's throats. But I had a young lady on this prayer list not too long ago who came into my office in tears, just crying as she had survived breast cancer. And now they had found nodules in her lungs. And she was going to have to get a biopsy done. And you know, I was sitting in my office there, 4:35 in the morning. My phone starts ringing. It says Wake Forest Baptist. You see something like that, it scares you. And I got to thinking, well, Carol don't work there. So I answered the phone. There's a female on the other side, and she was just crying. She said, you know, she goes, I've been having church in here all night. She said, you know, when you laid hands on me the other day, I just knew that the God that I serve was going to come through. And you know, she said that they done that biopsy there and there wasn't nothing there at all. It was just a little infection. And she said, I can't wait to get back to work to hug your neck. And you know, I thought all these riots and all these problems, all these things that keep bothering me, God comes along and blesses me like that through somebody else. Knowing that inside of her, she's feeling good here today. She's having church, a better church than we're ever going to be able to have here this morning. She serves the one who can come along, Brother Larry, and you know what? He can bring you off that table. He can show you a massive table. Listen, he can bring you out of a nursing home. He can bring your memory back. I know that when I seen that Alzheimer's hitting my great-grandmother, she didn't know anybody in this world. But when you got to talking about church, she didn't miss a beat. She forgot her own son sitting in front of her, but she knew who Jesus Christ was. He never left her, and that's what I love about my Lord here this morning.
Amen.
Despite how you may feel in your pity parties and your... God didn't do anything to you. If anything, He's been there the entire time. God didn't cause these riots. God didn't get people sick. But I tell you, ask and you shall receive. Ask Him here this morning. Ask Him for a little bit of peace of mind. Ask Him for it. You know, I was thinking about it here today. You know, a young man was telling me he's had such a rough life. I didn't want to I don't like talking about it myself. I don't really get into a whole lot. Mightn't have the best either. But you know, I can't blame God for a single bit of that. And I know if I could go back right now,
Yeah.
we all say if I could go back and do this over, I'd do it over.
With the mind I have now.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'd go back and I'd go through it all again because I don't know if I go back if I'll be where I'm at here today.
Yeah, amen.
And this is where I want to be. I don't care how the road was. And I know that heaven's land is just like the road that I took to get here.
Yeah.
It's a hard road.
Yeah, right.
But I'm telling you, God will bring you through it.
Come on.
You got to hold His hand and let Him guide you through that
Yeah, get ahead of
little
it.
narrow path. And I guarantee
Yeah,
you here
that's
this
right.
morning that you'll feel that blessing and you'll want to tell everybody about it. You just go ahead and get you the song, and if you want, I can go prayer and let y'all come. I feel good this morning, and I hope that you'll pray for these brothers as they